this game picks up just immediately. As soon as you open it, this is what you see. We're starting off this It Doesn't Matter hot with Sonic Lost World. Sonic, do you hear me? Crackle. Hey Tails, glad... also, hopefully, you can hear the audio this time. It is going through speakers into the microphone. It should be slightly lower than my voice, but let me know if there's anything I can adjust. Hey Tails, glad to hear you. Respond. Sonic, I need your help, Static. Kidnapped all the animals. We're in danger, Static. I should do that. This does not respond to my touch. Where are you now? Left side, South Island. Yeah, we lost connection. That's not good. I better go check out what's going on. Now, if I understand correctly, the start, like, the whole Green Hill zone of this is a tutorial. Can you hear me, though? Is my voice coming in over the volume? Me. Okay, cool. So this game was developed by Gameloft, actually. Not Sonic Team. Sega just put it out. It has finite stages of a similar style of regular Sonic runners. I don't see Tails anywhere. I better check out the village over there. Maybe the locals have seen something. Yep, he's a hero. Can level him up. Sure. Generally, the volume settings for anything that's like a speaker going through a microphone is that it needs to be louder than I can hear myself for it to be a good volume. So it seems like the objective for these stages are either like destroy badniks, collect rings, and whatnot. And the graphics are full 3D instead of the stylized stuff. So far this isn't bad. It feels fine. The real question is, how long is this going to take us? But yeah, we're back on Green Hill. Like, they're actually acknowledging it. Which is a weird thing that runners didn't do. It didn't specify any of the places we were in that whole time. Neat. Hey there, little guys. What happened here? Have any of you seen a fox with two tails? Tweet, tweet! He was here, but he ran off towards a scary light and a horrible noise in the distance. I hope he saves some action for Sonic. Gonna tell us how to do items. It's just like in whatchamacallit. So this is a mission for rings, so badniks don't matter. Controls seem to be exactly the same, which one should expect. I didn't specify how, like, the speed and flying work the last time, but speed has a triple jump. I showed that, I just didn't, like, say it. They get a little fancier with the level design, it looks like. think we're set. As long as we don't lose any rings. Ooh, that was a butterfly from Mushroom Hill. You don't usually see that one. Yeah, use the springboards. It doesn't have tricks like in the first runners. So there's that. Yeah, a lot of this is going to be me comparing how it feels to runners as we figure out how the story goes. Let me just make sure my windows are in proper order. Whoa, it looks like a bomb went off over here. But why are those robots trying to clean it up? I bet they're trying to hide something. Ooh, we got some buddies. We have a Sonic Omo Chow. That's new. So, Sonic Runners, we need to recap that story here. As I said during, Oop, I got tricked. I need badniks. During... what do you call it? During Sonic Lost World, the very beginning of Runners is a bunch of tutorials that establish the status quo prior to Lost World. Namely, Eggman's been stealing animals again, en masse, and Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, the boys, as we're gonna call them, and in some cases Amy, are being proactive about saving them from him. And they come across wisps that had stayed behind after Colors. And they will help Sonic, they will help the boys with their wisp powers, the color powers, which is why they were still there in Lost World. Establishes that Eggman just has bases aplenty. Tweet, tweet. Don't worry, little guy, all in a day's work for a hero like me. But what happened to you? Tweet, tweet, tweet. They took you to an awful place to turn you into robots? Sounds bad. I mean, there's a chance that, this game could just replace Runners for the narrative, for all I know. I have to put that warning out there. I don't know this story. I know bits and pieces of what happens based on visuals. I might have should have read that. Not sure what it was telling me. Could also come before forces. I said that was a possibility. Oh, grinding. Can I, like, move here? No, okay. This is all cinematic. Did pick up the pace. Oh, fuck. It seems the ring collection bonus is total, though. Not just what you have on you. This does take some focus, actually. Seems I'm not allowed to do the third star. Not sure why that is. It might be because I got hit. Oh, it's using Espio. Never. Get out of my face. I definitely have to trace where those robots came from. Aha, here's some tracks. Let's see where they lead. This is very much a non-story right now. I don't think I can even... So these cost... I don't have any of them. I have no use for them right now. Big difference in this is the amount of characters available. It is just the boys, Team Dark, and Team Chaotix. Bonus levels. Interesting. Time attack over here. But yeah, Eggman's got plenty of bases. I keep trying to do tricks, I'm sorry. And he started doing some life force draining experiments prior to establishing a base on the Lost Hex to finalize it. Immediately after... Oops. This might be a... Okay, so this isn't a finite level. This is a time trial level. You have to do this... I don't know. I can't tell. I know there's, like, 3 types of levels in this. There's the finite ones with the ring. There's laps, and then there's infinite. Immediately after Sonic Lost World, they teach the animals to fight back. This, of course, can only do so much, but it does enough. Especially because Eggman breaks out Metal Sonic again. Professional... I need to stop doing that. Professional animal handler. To put it in a way. It seems like it does end. I'm gonna want to try to, like, minimize the infinite levels just for the sake of getting the story on a move. What's that? Okay. This is weird. Guess it's like a bonus stage? Nice. Oh, that was Iggy coming into my room. Okay, that's fine. Bingo. This is where they're bringing animals to be turned into robots. Alright. Infiltration. Do we have any more buddies? You probably unlock these by getting the characters. Loop levels, okay. There's a good chunk of runners that's just like side stories, focusing on the animals. Some interaction with Metal Sonic. A lot of Eggman trying to find new relics for energy. Like, they just established there's plenty of random relics throughout this world in Runners. Again, they don't specify where anything is. Even places we do know where they are, like... The rings are missing. Interesting. can take multiple routes. As I played on stream, Runners eventually gets to a plot where the Master Emerald is stolen again by Eggman. This is the Indigo Asteroid theme. There might not be Wisp powers in this. Just my luck. I triggered the alarm system. And the area is flooded with robots now. I need to get them all somehow. It's veil time. Hey, plant. So, Eggman stole the Master Emerald that was hidden in Hidden Palace. I'm doing alright. I'm having a lot of ideas last moment because that's clearly how professionals do it. How are you doing? I mean, I'm just talking about Sonic for the third time this week. Aren't we all professionals in our own right? We saw in that case, the Master Emerald got shattered again by Knuckles' doing, leaving my continuous question about why he would do that if Angel Island was still in the sky. And an ongoing chase involving, like, Metal Sonic and animals wanting to use them for innocent stuff like giving their moms jewelry. They get the Master Emerald back. They set it up back in the Hidden Palace, and to keep Eggman from just coming and stealing it again, Knuckles hires the animals, led by an Omochow, to protect it, and it works. Wow. That's a great attitude to have towards drawing. I waffle on that attitude myself. It all depends on the medium I'm trying to work with. Nice. Like, I went how long without drawing? Over a year and a half, maybe? I think just over a year. And then I started doing mouse drawings, and it was fine. Yo, Tails, what a surprise! How'd you get here? Hey, you know, I decided to take a turn around the island when suddenly I saw a bright flash and fainted. The animals told me about the flash. What was it? I can't seem to remember. All I recall is seeing Eggman's ugly mug when I came to. Just before he threw me in prison and forced me to fix up some strange machine. What kind of machine? I don't know exactly. I think it was some sort of teleporter that can send robots anywhere. interesting. So after that Master Emerald event is when Runners gets into its primary plot. Literally 21 multiple-part chapters of Chaos Emeralds and Eggman's master plan. The boys find one of Eggman's bases lightly guarded and learn he has plans to build another brainwashing laser like the one in Sonic Colors. And this time he's going to use the Chaos Emeralds for their to power it instead of the Hyper Go-On energy. So they find Cubot. I don't think I mentioned at all, even while streaming Sonic Runners, Cubot and Orbot are all over the place in this. They're reoccurring comedy, I guess. And, a lot of the interaction with Cubot is... excuse me. Is tricking him. Like, not even, like, being violent against them. They're not even violent against Orbot, but Orbot usually is, like, sicking robots on them, and he's like, well, dang, I guess I'm failed. Bye. There we go. So they find Cubot, and they take his emerald detector that Eggman was using to collect all these emeralds that they found. Cause his broke, and they promise they'll fix it. And of course, the Tails just fixes it so that they can use it for their own. They even tell Cubot they couldn't fix it when he asks for it back, so they have to do him a favor, which is to piggyback ride on Knuckles' back. Because why wouldn't you want a piggyback ride from Knuckles? But yeah, the Chaos Emeralds are... Well, I'm about to have some narrative here, so... It's time to make a coward omelet. That's a good one, Sonic. Ha ha ha, get some sense, you speedy little freak. Dr. Eggman is going to smash you in no time. Let's see what bosses are like. Same music. Alright. This is a combination of two of the bosses in Runners. Neither of... it's sort of like one of the ones we saw, but it's the less bouncy version of the spike balls. But then it adds the dodging rockets and then hitting Eggman as he comes to you, rather than hitting stuff back at him. But yeah, the Chaos Emeralds are... Each one is in a different facility designed to drain its energy. And when the boys start finding them, the emeralds are dim and gray, without any energy left. Which is something we've seen before, most recently in Unleashed. And really, they were whited out in Generations. Got you. You arrogant fool, you almost destroyed my precious portal. And now I'll destroy you, Eggman. Sure, don't respond half the time I touch, but respond twice when I do once. Uh-oh, the portal is collapsing, we should better follow Eggman right now, and... what will be, will be. So I'm assuming Eggman made a break for it. Sonic, do you hear me? How many fingers do you see? Looks like you were hit bad during the trip through the portal. What? Tails, I'm fine, I'm just dizzy. You can't even stand, Sonic. Just take a rest while I look around. So now I get to play as Tails. Hello. Oh, you can already buy these guys. Sure. I know how flying works. Oh! This music is Fiery Passion. Good, this is one of my favorite ones. We need rings. This was an event music. Right. So, 3 emeralds in, and the boys get attacked by Metal Sonic, who's been upgraded, and he manages to take an emerald from each one of them. They each grabbed one before. But what they find is that these upgrades are causing Metal to overheat because they're fairly rushed. And so they're able to start recovering the rest of the emeralds without issue because Metal is out of action, with some encounters with Eggman, until they figure out a plan to counteract Metal with, which is naturally they're gonna overwork him until he's overheating, so they can steal the emeralds back. So they have all 7 emeralds, all drained of their energy, just in time for a 5-part final chapter, where they encounter each of the Eggman-based characters they were after. Hey, I see an oasis straight ahead. It probably wouldn't hurt to chat with the locals and maybe get some water for Sonic. I have no idea where we are right now. This could be on the Lost Hex, but this could also just be like the desert outside of the United Federation. It could also be... No, it's probably not Angel Island. It's got a tornado like Desert Ruin Zone did. Oh, this is a Badnik one. Okay. Got it. So, after another encounter with Cubot and Orbot, Cubot's actually on strike at that point in the story because Eggman won't appreciate him enough. And Orbot does a much better job with attacking with his robots, but Cubot gives you a heads up. And Metal wants... Yeah, Cubot be unionizing, I tell you. Maybe that's why he's not in forces. Him and Orbot unionize. And Metal wants one final race, and, like, honestly, at this point, it's starting to feel like Metal just, like, wants to compete with Sonic, rather than actually kill him. Ma'am? But after a final showdown with Eggman, Eggman tries to fire the laser at Sonic. To brainwash him, naturally. It's what he tried to do in Colors. But because Sonic had the emeralds on hand, The emeralds went ahead and absorbed the energy from the blast instead, which reactivated them and allowed Sonic to go super and destroy the laser for good. I really need to be consistent about where I go on this. Oh, come on. Whatever. I'm not having a bad time with this game. Like, doesn't have the same oomph as the classic runners does, but it's not bad so far. It has different level designs, so there's that. Hello friends, has anyone seen a strange egg-shaped guy around? Tweet tweet. Only robots and a strange sandstorm to the west? Never fear, Tails will get to the bottom of this. That's our boy. Oh no. Well, that's familiar level design from the original runners. So I guess it's not like entirely original, but they can do some different stuff. Like, I've played enough of each type to have probably memorized all of the different types of level design in that game, even though it's like randomly generated. Another lap, okay. As I said, there were plenty of event missions that happened in the original runners. Sometimes the events didn't have stories to them, but plenty of them did. Sometimes the weird parts of the stories were just like to, incorporate a buddy that you can equip. Like, distinctly, one of the first ones was a springtime event where there was an Easter egg hunting competition. And that starts off with Omochao introducing the gang to a little Merlina buddy from Black Knight. Sonic doesn't recognize her at all, though, so, like, I guess that part's not meant to be canon. And, like, it's just to have an event at that point. Like, Eggman tries to sabotage the egg hunting competition by putting fake eggs, and he doesn't win anyway, because Cubot and Orbot are incompetent. Sonic, I'm playing as Tails, though. Nice. These end parts remind me of the coins at the end of the secret stages in Super Mario World. Is that a stronghold? I can't see anything because of the sandstorm. I need to figure out what's causing it. I'm probably Eggman, if I'm gonna be honest. We're in a desert right now. One of the events is a floating desert land shows up so that they could do a Desert Ruins one. In fact, I think that's when Fiery Passion played, so it makes sense that that's the music for this. The story behind that was Eraser Jin has been split into miniature versions of himself so that he can go around and grant 1,000 wishes as repentance for the sealing that the Blue Savior did against him. That's not a Sonic Secret Rings reference or anything, for sure. But again, Sonic doesn't even recognize Eraser Jin. Which is a weird choice, because it would have actually been, like, a really cool, like, follow-up to Secret Rings. I remember that event. I remember having Shara as one of my buddies. Like, the floating land of the Arabian Nights is real, and it's back. Why not? Ooh. I am surprised I didn't get hurt there. Missed. Shot him again, and I missed. The plots that I feel are, like, totally have, like, not really, like, impact on the story, but they might as well be canon because they're fun and don't, like, leave any questions. For one is the end of summer event, where Mother Wisp visits the planet to visit her little wisps that didn't come home with her. And Eggman kidnaps her to turn her into Nega Wisp Mother. I think that's mostly just fun because Amy, Cream, and Big are involved. And Big is specifically like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not gonna let that Eggy creep be mean to Mother Wisp. And I'm just like, hell yeah, Big. Let's go. I don't know why Cream and Big were together at a beach resort, but why not? Big is probably like the babysitter that Vanilla calls, to be honest. Just like so that Cream doesn't wander off again, because apparently she does that. Now I see. There's a horde of robots kicking up all of this sand. I can't fight them all, so I'll need to find a way around them. Hold on. Can I go back? I can, but I think the button's being blocked. The button's being blocked. So I can't check any of the achievements, or if that's anything. We're just gonna plow through this story. That's why we're here. However long it takes. I guess it's already been, like, 40 minutes. To follow up with whether or not the Zeddy are still alive, there is an event where Zaz tries to take revenge on Sonic. And Sonic almost pulls the same bullshit he did with Merlina and Eraser, and is like, who are you? And but then he's like, no, I'm kidding, I couldn't forget an ugly mug like yours. The animals call Zaz a purple rooster, which is funny. I never really considered that. I need more bad mix. And I kinda, like, misinterpreted it a little when I was just, like, paraphrasing it during my runner's stream. The thing is that Zaz is using the rings to power himself up so that he can destroy Sonic. Very specifically Sonic. He doesn't care about the other boys. And when the other Zeddies show up, pretty much it's a matter of them either making fun of Zaz, intentionally or otherwise, or trying to actively give him advice to, like, harness his power better. And it mostly just ends with, like, Zaz doing something to the rings to, like, absorb its power. Which, like, honestly, that kind of gives insight to its solidness, because, like, he'll crush them with his bare hands and just absorb them that way, but, like, there's a physical need to do it before they just break into energy. I almost died. That would have been awful. Can I see below me? I bet this is a level it wants you to use Rouge in. I should actually see if Rouge and Charmy can be unlocked yet. But then at the end it's Zavok giving him a pep talk. Basically, well, his pep talk's basically give it your all and get destroyed instead of failing. But it is Zavok specifically that's using Zaz's failures to gain intel on Sonic so that he can finally take revenge. Oh, I can do this. Can I just claim them all? Is it just more rings? Oh, it's very easy to claim. Let's do this real quick. Buy all the characters. Sure, that's good. That's game design, I tell you. You can interrupt the thing. Without the facilities, I thought Eggman would run out of robots by now. I better get to the bottom of this mystery. Yeah, we can unlock Charmy. Can unlock Shadow and Rouge. Play as Rouge. Though it seems much like, this is fast. Much like in the original runners, the extra characters you can play as are not part of the story. Which is funny because Shadow is on the cover, for as much as this game has a cover. I know what that is. Ooh. Gold badnets. I need to stop doing that. Oh, I should go to the lower route there. I didn't show off Rouge last time, huh? Yeah, I didn't do, like, flying type levels, so... That was smart. Sure. So that's what happens if you die. But, like, red rings aren't a thing in this, so whatever. A few other... I get into... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna probably just recap all of the event. They're not much, but... Darn it, I lost track of Eggman in this sandstorm. I better head back and check on Sonic to see if he can help us catch this crack wacko. That's one way to put it. This one wants me to use Rouge. That's good. So speaking of Rouge, one of the events that do have Rouge involved, doesn't actually have Shadow, but I think Shadow gets a costume from this event. Eggman is giving animals and Boom Boos brainwashing candy for the purpose of ultimately brainwashing King Boom Boo so that he can transform his castle into the ultimate Halloween theme park. Which he's criticized for this being his most childish plan yet. And Rouge and Omega were doing intel and asked for the boys for their help. I think, like, that's the one where Shadow gets a vampire costume. I should have went down. I went both ways already. It's whatever. I keep missing these badniks for some reason. This is getting a little difficult, actually, I'm realizing. Which is good. I'm no stranger to this gameplay, so I will gladly take a more difficult gameplay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can just recover using rings. Yeah? You're so close. Oh. I think like, there's nothing really else to build on, like, the premise of these events. They just kind of happen out. It's a big throwback to just anything involving King Boom Boo in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, there's switches that open up the walls so that light can get in, and that undoes the brainwashing. Hey, look over there. That's Eggman flying off in the distance. This time we're not gonna lose him. Great spotting, Sonic. Eggman won't slip away from us again. Wait. Did Sonic say great spotting, Sonic, or did I just say Sonic instead of Tails? Charmy time. What? Charmy's running? That has never been seen before. This is so weird. This is so weird to me. Charmy is running and rolling like any other character. He has always been... He just dashes and stings. Oh, I think this is an... Okay, so... You get different abilities, it seems, from Team Chaotix and Team Dark. Team Dark will allow golden badniks to spawn, and it seems Team Chaotix will make single rings turn into 10 rings. Nice. There's no events with the Chaotix, and there might have supposed to have been, aside from Sonic's birthday. But there's no, like, Chaotix-specific event. I remember this level design. Okay, it repeats a bit. Yeah, I'll bet. Can we not fall short? Sonic's birthday event is one where, I don't know, it might not be canon, it depends on how much time passes between Lost World and Forces. I can already, like, preemptively tell you that there is a at least 6-month gap where Shadow is missing. So anything that actually involves Shadow can't happen in that gap. This game might technically not involve Shadow, even though you can play as it. So it might happen as a direct lead-up to Forces. But Sonic just had a birthday in Generations, so it'd be weird for, like, the only game to happen between those two birthdays to be Lost World. That said, like, these events could happen really whenever. Probably not, like, before Lost World, I guess. They could definitely happen during the little downtime between Lost World and the Master Emerald event. They wanted me to use Rouge again. I didn't even consider. How do you like my brand new high-tech hordes of robots? Mwahaha. Make no mistake, Eggman, I will catch you. We see about that. Yeah, I guess they could reasonably be brand new. Because he is making some new stuff. I believe him. What was I saying? The events could come between that downtime or just after the Chaos Emerald plot entirely. Like, it's not important. I wanna be clear about that. It's not important, but like we definitely have been trying to establish a timeline for these games, like a minimum amount of time that passes. Why am I going up this route? Again, doing that. But yeah, every character shows up in... Okay, this is invincibility. I didn't realize that. Every character shows up in the Sonic birthday event, including, like, Chip and Yacker. They even get tied up alongside a Chow. Where am I should be going? Oh no. Well, that's not what I wanted. There we go. What was I saying? Yeah, every character shows up. Sonic... of course Sonic shows up to his birthday event. Silver and Blaze. The fun thing is, like, the few characters that aren't tied up are... Shadow and Amy. And, like, Shadow just comes out of nowhere and blows up one of the... Missed that part. Because I already said that last stream. Sonic's birthday introduces the RC Death Egg, which I called little. It's actually, like, takes up, like, half the screen behind you. But that's still little compared to the actual Death Egg. Ha! Checkmate, Egghead. Oh no, I'm so scared. Enough talk, let's kick this party off in style. Yeah, Tails, fucking get him! That's what I'm talking about. I can't not play as Tails after he just said that smack to him. This is what I'm talking about. Tails is like, I'm gonna take this shit head on. How did we forget this? This is basically the boss that I showed you in Runner. Slightly different. Come on. Ooh, mixing it up, are ya? Okay, it's just combining them. That's... Alright, I'll take it. That's cool. Did I already get hit? I did. Do something, kid. Sure. It's always so risky. Yeah, the... Eggman sends a bunch of these remote-controlled death eggs, which you can use as a buddy. Shadow just comes out of nowhere when one's attacking and blows it up instead of the boys. And it's just like, ha, you think I'm helping you? I have my own reasons. And then he races off. But then Amy also, like, does something similar and, like, just comes in and smashes one with her hammer when they do need some help. I like how you just, like, knock him out of the screen. Like, yes, he's running away, but it looks like he's getting blasted. Oh, you need a power type for that. I don't have a power type yet. I'm out of here for now. But you all pay when my plan comes together. I've heard that song before, Egghead. Grr, you'll see soon enough. Grab these real quick. Just in case I need extra rings. Go on. Oh, interesting. So you need a certain amount of stars. Whoa, is this map to buried treasures? This is a great chance to collect some rings. Interesting. If we're collecting rings... Can I know what the mission info is? Yeah. Alright, there's nothing particular. Plays Rouge again. So I guess we have a star limit. This is an infinite one. Okay, interesting. I'll just lose as soon as I get the right amount of stuff. Hopefully that counts. I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about Sonic's birthday event and how it's not relevant. Yeah. No, I said everything I wanted to say about that, because it doesn't have any, like, bearing to the lead-up to... to forces like I thought it might when I misinterpreted it as Death Egg robots instead of, like, robots that are the Death Egg. The Death Egg is an important part of the lead-up to forces. What did I miss on the event thing? There's the Puyo Puyo crossover, which is basically just like every single character from Puyo Pop Fever onward has to make a cameo, which is honestly like missing out on some choice classic Puyo Puyo characters. But it's all the human magic users. And the premise of that is that Eggman tries to trick Satan, yes, his name is Satan, into, guiding him to extract the magic users from his world. These are fast. This is trying to destroy me. Okay. So it won't be hard to lose once the time comes. And Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, the boys, they run into a bunch of, like, if you've played Puyo Pop Fever, you've probably recognized half of them. Amity, Arl, Sig. These names mean nothing to us, I'm pretty sure. They mean very little to me, frankly. I haven't played too much Puyo Puyo. I like it, but I've mostly played the Puyo Puyo 2. And some Fever. None of the most recent stuff that's, like, combined with Tetris. And, then, like, as soon as Satan's, like, catches on to Eggman's malice, he destroys his energy device. Which, I guess if you don't know Puyo Puyo, it's like a twist that Satan's not a bad guy, actually. Because, like, when, like, Arl shows up, he's all like, oh, hey, Satan, and he's like, Arl, my dear. The point of that is that there's Puyos falling from the sky, though. Oh, it just ends if you get the stars. Cool. It's not technically infinite, it's just a challenge. Oh, hey, Miles. We are having a surprisingly good time. Well, I'm having a surprisingly good time with Sonic Runner's Adventure. Because I was told it was not as good as Sonic Runners, but, like, it's not like it's any worse. I might still prefer Runners for reasons, but... we just... Whoa, this place is a little too hot to handle. This is bad. All these obstacles are really gonna slow us down. Hey guys, don't worry. I'll deal with the heavy stuff in no time. Deus Ex Knuckles! Now we can unlock Vector. And Omega. So now we have all the characters. Okay, what do these actually do? They don't do anything unless you are them. There we go. My favorite type, power. So we've seen the speed type, the flying type, and the power type. It's pretty straightforward what their abilities are. We got Power Ride again, which is what you should have been hearing the whole time during the Runner's stream, and did hear the whole time if you watched the VOD. How do I unlock more buddies? This is a slightly abridged version of the song. Are there any other crossovers? I think there was a Knights crossover event that didn't have an actual, like, plot to it. Oh no, all the enemies are up there. I can't get up there. There we go. Missed. I'm noticing that there isn't a difference in badniks in the areas in this one. In Runners, it was like... Spinners were exclusive to speed areas, Buzz Bombers were exclusive to flying areas, and Nebulas were exclusive to power areas. And other things like egg pawns were only in flying, crab meat were only... Oh no, I guess the egg pawns were in power. I guess when it comes to the ground types, there's like 2 per. Yeah. Those are details that take a lot to, remember. Huh, that facility... Excuse me. That facility in the distance looks kinda out of place here. Only Eggman would build an eyesore like that big. This is interesting. There isn't a ton of story going on here, to be honest. Like, Knuckles did just kind of show up out of nowhere, like, why not? But I know there will be some, like, story kicked in the following zone. Wait, okay, yeah. This is another lap, okay. I picked the right one to do a chaotic character for. Oops. I looked away for a moment, and that happened. I think I said all of the actual story events in Runners, though, so we've got the whole plot to that. Like I said, it, like, on a world-building scale, it does establish that Eggman just has bases. Plenty he can go to as soon as one gets destroyed. And that there's a good chance that, the boys, Sonic and his friends in general, not just that group of them, are regularly having small-scale encounters with Eggman that would, like, maybe compare to, Sonic 1, but, like, at this point, they're so good at taking out Eggman, a Sonic 1 level threat is nothing. And also that there's, like, plenty of floating island stuff around, which is something I've been hinting to that's, like, if you pay attention, that's true since, like, Sonic 2. The nasty robots in Blazing Heat are tough to contend with, even for my iron resolve. Then we'll have some help with you. Someone who is made of iron. I probably should have checked what they want from me in the missions. Another thing I realized that Runners kind of can give a hint to is why Metal Sonic is just not around sometimes. This does kind of make sense because he's probably, like, the best robot Eggman has ever made, but he seems to be extremely high maintenance. Especially if we consider that, like, it took him how many games to get out of that tube in Sonic Adventure? After, Sonic 4 Episode 2? Like, he was in there for the for the 2 Advance games. He came out at the end after Adventure. Enough to play games until he got tired of not being included. Did I have to jump there? Okay. Oh, come on. And I could kind of believe that. Like, if we recall, after Sonic Rivals 2, the condition Metal was in, he had just ripped a Chaos Emerald out of his body. That's gonna take some time to repair. So, what was the next plot beat after that? I think it was... It was, like, however long Riders take before we get to Unleashed. So yeah, they're, like... I guess that kind of makes sense. He has a role in Colors, and, like, I don't know if I, like, mentioned this, but, like, Orbot's psyched to hang out with metal in colors. I hear something off in the distance. It sounds like the village. I have to head back to save the animals right away. Finish the level with no damage. Okay. Can I, like, this when it seems sketchy? I'm never good at actually using items when they count. I'm also not holding this in a conducive way to use items so that it, like, the audio experience exists. But yeah, Orbot, like, is calling Metal Sonic Big Bro in colors, which is fun. It's true. And did he even show up after Colors? What was after Colors? Generations, he did, but that was a time-traveled version of him. In the version we played, at least. Yeah, I think in the 3DS version it is, too. Wasn't in Lost World, and then he showed up in Runners, so, like, I guess that's enough time. It's not, like, too drastic, but then I guess, like, he's also in repairs until... I don't know about that. In Forces? That's something I have to reassess about it, because we're gonna see that nothing is what it seems in Forces. Yeah. And speaking of, like, generations... Like, I kind of wish I did do a... Actually, no, I don't even kind of wish I did a... Like what I did with Colors and... did both versions. I wish I just did the 3DS version so that we didn't have all of those, technical issues. But you know what this goes even stronger for? Which I have started hinting at to in, like, any form of social interaction I've had lately. This goes, like, quadruple for Sonic Lost World, which, remember, I initially had never played before. Like, the thing with Generations is that it's as good. It's about as finicky. It's about as enjoyable. And we wouldn't have had those cutscene issues, probably, if I just, like, emulated it. I have a 100% complete file on the 3DS, it's fine. But Sonic Lost World is another level to that entirely. Grr, I can't believe Eggman had the nerve to attack this defenseless village. I better find some place for these animals to lie low until we can deal with that madman. Okay, you want me to use Vector. So I tried out Sonic Lost World for 3DS for the first time. And, like, it's good. Everything I have an issue with in the Wii U version, all the defending I did, this is what we should be playing. This is the least accessible version, too. And it could have just been a clean stream if I did that, too. Like, hell, I would have been glad to have played through it twice. Or had to use multiple days to play through it. Just to do, like, a blind playthrough. It's that preferable to what we experienced. And, you know, I'm gonna probably... I'm not even gonna pretend that, like, when I do this, that we're not doing this and that it's the original. I'm probably going to, when I have time, stream that version and completely rewrite the video for the Wii U version. It'll just be better for everyone. That trash does not need to exist. I don't mean the game itself. I mean the loads of technical issues we had. That does not need to be the thing that people watch to understand Lost World from me. I'll probably do that, like, if I need to before Frontiers. Okay, final lap. I better get some more badniks. I actually wanted to do it that time. Almost there. We're there. 3 stars. It's just ridiculous, the difference. Everything I wanted from Lost World is in that version. Like, when I say that if I had the foresight, I'd go back and have done Generations 3DS instead, that's an understatement for Lost World. Tails, I need your help. Do a quick flyby of the facility and see if you can figure out what it was built to do. Ha, that's not a problem for this, Sly Fox. But you want me to use a power type when you're asking for Tails' help. I mean... No, okay. Actually, I'm gonna do Vector for this one. Oh, I haven't leveled up Vector. Silly me. I think there's a chance that Sonic Runners has more replay value than what I'm experiencing here, and I definitely like having the full version of this song play instead of this abridged version. But this does also have Fiery Passion by default, without an event that isn't around currently in Revival. And again, it doesn't have Strange Parade at all, which I played at the beginning. I think Strange Parade's the theme for the Halloween event. Good thing there's no, like, multiplier bonus. Like, I will give that the art style to this is maybe not quite as appealing as the original. It's less stylized, though it's not like it looks bad. These are some solid 3D models. They might actually be the same 3D models, just without the cell shading. And slightly higher resolution. But that also could just be because it's zoomed in. I'm trying to think of other ways. I'm like really trying to compare this and Runners in a qualitative sense. Thanks. Like, it does get fast-paced. What are the checkpoints doing this? I guess I don't have, like, additional buddies to work with currently, so I don't know. Good recovery. I mean, the other characters in Runners is definitely a plus. Being able to play as Blaze in any sense is going to be a plus for me. Rude? That was just like rude design there. The Wisp powers are nice. This doesn't have Wisp powers we are seeing. There's no animal collection, but that's also maybe better that you don't have to worry about that. Oh boy. Yeah, this gets hard once you get fast. Like, there's a challenge to it, and I like that. That's something I can get good at, like, while I'm already good at the other runners. I don't know, this is just, like, further nonsense on, like, how the Sonic games I didn't experience, I shouldn't listen to what people say about them, because sometimes they have nothing to say, like with Lost World 3DS, except that they don't like gyro controls. Why was my CD tray open? Which is, that's the last thing I have to talk about with the 3DS version of that. Private Tales reporting. I've flown around the factory and can deduce that this place is a massive extractor. It's actually draining the energy from everything around it. That's sick, even for Eggman. Sir, we just had 2 games where he did that. No time to waste then. Let's find a way to smash this place up. Finish with no damage. Okay. We want a balance. So we'll do Knuckles. I'll do this. Literally, that was the plot of, like, well, okay. That was the plot of the last game, which the other game that led up to it had some parts of it. Is that why it's hot here? I don't think that's how that works. That's a volcano. Get him, Nux. Particularly, I don't know why this game doesn't have Team Rose in it. Like, maybe I can understand excluding Big, because most things have excluded Big, but why are you gonna exclude Amy, who has been, like, since Riders, they tried to put her in as much as possible. As long as, like, even when Knuckles isn't there. Are there no more rings for me to get? Oh, okay. Oh, that counted as that? Alright. Sure. Sure. I will I have no trouble spending rings. Like, I never want to spend the red rings in runners, but I will do whatever here. There we go. Bullshit. Alright, well the rings are fine. I don't think I'm gonna get the bad nicks. Yeah. Yeah. It's whatever. Next. I think I see the entrance over there. But those defenses look tough. I have to take out some of the obstacles first. Alright, that's kind of rude that you're gonna have a mission for both Omega and Vector. I'll do the Omega one. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But aren't I always? I was talking about, like, me listening to other people's assessment of Sonic games, which has never gone well. I'm gonna be honest, like, we go back to the very beginning. That's never been something... I was, like, the sole person I knew at some point saying that Sonic 3 was a good game. And everyone else was talking about 1 and 2. Like, that's for sure not the case now. People love 3 and respect it. But they put it on the same level as Mania. I can't believe Omega's fucking dead. Let's not be a disaster this time on this lap. Okay. Just do the thing. Get the enemies. Eat the food. I am starting to wonder at this point if this is about me not being able to gauge it properly, or if it's about the game actually not being, like, as finely tuned to the jump mechanics as Runners is. If that's the case, that's a point against this. That doesn't make it a bad game, it just makes it not as good a game. I told you, I will do as many one-ups as I want. That's the extractor core. Man, it looks like it takes energy right from the core of the planet. I don't know where it's sending all this power, but they're about to have a blackout. Go back to Knuckles. I see. I should really look into if I can get more buddies. If they didn't want to include Cream and Big, who would they add for... I mean, you might as well make Silver and Blaze the flying and power type then. They're popular, right? I mean, none of the other characters we're playing as are actually here. It's just the boys. Boink. Boink. Next segment. Go up this time. Uh-oh. Too far up. Stop falling. Let me recover for a second. I'm gonna go up. Sure. Alright, that was weird. But yeah, I think what I didn't finish saying was that, like, I never got the 3DS version of Sonic Lost World. Which is me going against my intuition entirely, because I had a good time with the handheld versions of Colors and Generations. And I just shouldn't have listened to people. Why was I out of rings? Because I would have much more enjoyed that game. And probably would have had a better buffer to my attitude towards Sonic games in general that I developed after Lost World's Mania Forces and having Runner's Original taken away from me. And again, like, I say this about Lost Worlds HD. Oh, interesting. Sure. I didn't realize that was time. I mean, I guess I should have realized. There's not, like, a lot of timers to work with. There we go. It really doesn't give you a lot of time, does it? Good job. I feel like I've always had different opinions about Sonic game quality than others, unless it's, like, objective, like 06. Even then, like, my perspective on it seems to be a little different. I don't know why that happens. This is also how I end up being, like, the only person that likes Adventure more than Adventure 2. Which, Adventure 2 is still one of my favorites. It's just, Adventure 1 competes with 3 and Knuckles as my favorite. You fool, do you even know what you're doing? Stop now, before it's too late. I know I'm about to give you a big old knuckle sandwich, so open wide, big guy. Mwahaha, I'm going to enjoy crushing you like a panini. Cool. I'm a panin your knee. Maybe it's because I didn't level him up any. Same goes for you. I should be careful about using too many rings at this point. Adjust my hands. Oop. Time to just space out. Yeah. Did that count? Shit. Takes a surprising amount of focus when it gets hard like this. I kind of knew that because, like, the runners bosses get hard too. I need to stop spacing out. Adjust my hand. Again. As in, like, use a different hand. Okay. Maybe not use a different hand. Okay. Do we have enough to go forward? How did my fist taste, Eggman? Wait a second. Wait 1 second, or are you gonna dine and dash on us? As usual. You ruined everything. Next time we meet, you'll be eating a plate of humble pie. Okay, so I probably need 85 to get there. Okay. I'm gonna stop doing that. Whoa, I think this volcano is erupting. It's gonna cover the whole place in rings? Awesome, I'm gonna grab all I can. Okay. Omega. It's looking like there's a good chance we can finish this in one stream. I just need to get the stuff. Ooh. Okay. Oh, we haven't seen grinding in a while. Okay. So that's a thing that's definitely different from runners that I'm finding, is the way you jump onto a ledge above you. The way you interact with the platform is different. It sort of like boosted you up if you went through it in runners. Oop. Nailed it. This might not be the one most worth it to try and do, to get the stars. But I guess we'll see how we are with bad nicks by the time we get to the second star. Assuming we get that before the first one at this rate. Keep hitting rings. Or keep losing our rings. Interesting. So, in the original runners, if you drill through something like that for a long time, you'll start to go down. It seems you will continuously go up in this one. I miss the second piano verse to this song. I love when it gets to that. Well, I guess this is the third one. Is it even doing the second piano verse in this? Okay, we got all the rings. We just gotta focus on bad nicks now. Assuming the, timer doesn't run out on us. Good job. Why was that jump short? Ooh. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the, bad nicks. Especially if I keep doing that shit. So let me get the second star, and we'll be good. Should've went down. Alright, whatever. Okay. I mean, I could definitely get them if I keep doing it, but I don't wanna, kinda. Mostly, I need to switch this up because I cannot imagine watching that silently is that entertaining. And I think I have run out of stuff to say at the moment, because we gotta get to the next stage. See what this one's about. Hey guys, I found an old pirate cave, and the wolves say, "Dare to claim our treasure?" Sure. What? Just distance? Okay, that'll be Shadow. I feel like this song is louder than the rest of them. But that's good. That's good for you being able to hear it. don't even know if I should start, like, leading up to Forces. Or really, what that would even look like. I can say that Forces builds off of Mania, but I feel like there's a plot hole in how that works, and I need to check that. I mean, the plot hole has a name. It's called the Phantom Ruby, but I need to figure out how that happens. Nailed it. Shadow, use your roller skates. That's fun. That part kind of makes it feel like they thought they were semi-basing this off of Sonic Dash. In fact, that's what this, like, 3D styling kind of reminds me of, Sonic Dash. I mean, it's all mobile games, ain't it? That's something I can talk about, because, like, Sonic Team, well, Sega in general, actually went through, like, a really weird time after things weren't so hot with, Lost World and Sonic Boom. I also didn't even mention that Sonic Boom was coming out around this time. Like, they sort of hit a point where they were able to get back to console releases, but they had to focus on just mobile and PC for a bit, just because, like, I think they went bankrupt? Almost went bankrupt? Hello. That was a weird place to give me a time failure. Like, Sega had a hard time, and I don't actually remember why that happened. They picked themselves back up, but a lot of people got laid off, so, like, the company that they are now was very different than the company they were at the beginning of that decade, which was very different than the company they were in the middle of that previous decade, which is very different from the company they were at the start of all of this. At the beginning. Oh, what's this? Looks like Eggman's secret stash. Oh. Let's take a peek inside. This one does want me to use Shadow. Oh, this is where you get the tutorial for the infinite. The infinite type. Sure. Looking back on it, I'm really not sure how that affected Sonic games, specifically. Like, Lost World, that was 2013. And then Sonic Boom was the following year, and they kind of just focused on Sonic Boom outside of mobile games, which were all Nintendo exclusives. The first one was for Wii U, the two sequels were for 3DS. And then they seemed to just, like, you know, I think what it was is they started doing Mania, and that got popular enough to be on more than just PC. And they were trying to bring up the hype again with Forces, which was working. Like, the hype was there for it. It just didn't really pan out. So that also got console releases, so I don't know. I want to look at, like, how this affected the Yakuza games. Because those started on the PS2, and they're still going strong. Makes me wonder if Sega has forgotten this event happened with their current hubris. I just remember it being such a big deal. Like, the weird thing about Forces is that it's kind of like a safe game that they made, a safe Sonic game, while at the same time, like, trying to go back to the over-the-topness of the Dreamcast era. Oh boy. That sure happened. I'm glad these infinite ones aren't actually infinite. That word's gonna have a different meaning after Forces. Okay, we need two more stars. Alright. I was patrolling the area for signs of Eggman when I spotted a bunch of rings scattered throughout. Might as well stock up before they're lost for good. Now this feels like a Charmy level. This little jerk. Oh wait, I don't have the thing. That's not where I want to go. I don't have the right things equipped. Can I just, like, unlock these by... I just unlock these by tapping. Get out of the way, I want to see how many rings I have. Okay, so you're... Keep rings, I like that. I'll keep the Chow. Hacker. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I'm glad Chip's here. That's an interesting buddy to maintain. He looks kind of concerned. It's like, there are no Gaia crystals here anymore. Why did you keep me? Speaking of which, I will... Remember Sonic's Gaia bracelet? I don't have anything to follow that up with. I just wanted you to remember he has that. It's so funny to me seeing Charmy spin dash. It's literally not something he has ever done. This is sort of like... recalling when I said that Runner's original made some weird animation choices. This is the weirdest animation choice. Oh boy. Charmy dashes through the air and he stings people. That's his two modes of movement. I guess he also kicks people into lightning things. Get a load of that dog. I missed that. I feel like the hitboxes for these badniks are also very different from Runners. They're not as big compared to the characters. Sonic games have a weird knack for inconsistency with badnik size versus player size. How did I pull that off? I'm nowhere near on badniks. missed. Caterpillars. Probably one more segment and we'll have gone enough distance. Please, Charmy. Please move. Do the thing. I'll take it. Okay. I know that looked like some weird movement. I was just trying to find more badniks. Okay. No, go up there. Really? I'm not even the distance yet? Come on. They just don't give you enough time, period. Alright. We're good to cancel on the time over. We can finally get to the part that I need to, like, know what's going on with. Hooray for Charmy. Here we go. Sky Sanctuary. You pathetic worms, you thought this was over? Not by a long shot. Take this! A hit-and-run attack, as usual. Tails, quick, follow him in your plane and see where he's working from this time. Piece of cake, Sonic. You won't be able to shake me. Yes. Wait, I should have brought the tornado. We are in Sky Sanctuary. There's a death egg in the background. I need to know if that death egg has any story relevance to this game. If it doesn't, I have a narrative we can weave. Like, one that fits perfectly with the continuity. But also remember what I said about Sky Sanctuary. I have to, again, wonder if that's even what we're supposed to actually be in. I need answers. This is where I need answers. So remember what I have established about Sky Sanctuary. At the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it had entirely crumbled. And this was undone by Sonic Generations. Again, we've seen plenty of Death Eggs. We haven't seen any lately. I guess we've seen some RC ones lately, if we want to include that. Okay, there's way too much sound effects here. Okay. I need less of that, more of the music. This is the Sonic Generations classic version of this song. It is way quieter than Beyond the Speed of. You know, here's what the thing is. I didn't mention it this stream. This game got one update at some point. It originally had the Sonic Generations version of Green Hill for the theme for Green Hill. And they changed it to Beyond the Speed of, which is the speed theme from Runners. With that update. That probably explains why that song is way louder than anything else. They didn't properly optimize the audio. But also, this sounds quieter then the Sonic Runners music, then Fiery Passion and Power Ride. Oop. Spin dash my way through this. Let's get to the end of that goal. So, the Death Eggs that we've encountered throughout the series so far, we had the original one that was built in Sonic 2 and repaired in Sonic 3. That was destroyed. Eventually, like at least a year after that, Eggman built the Death Egg Mark II around Little Planet. What we established with that... I thought I knew every stone of Sky Sanctuary, but something's definitely off here. I can't put my finger on it, but it's changed. I better look around and see what's up. Why is this a Knuckles cutscene if you're giving me a Sonic stage? I'm gonna be Espio then. Bring them chaotics with you, Knuckles. Sure. Step you. That sounds neat. Or, no. So the Death Egg Mark II was shut down and drifted through space, caught in Little Planet's orbit, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Okay, sure. Eggman, what we established, this is a headcanon based off of Sonic the Fighters. Eggman reconstructed it into the Death Egg 2 and used it to come back to Earth. It was destroyed after the tournament. That was the whole point of it, to go up and see who gets to destroy Eggman and Metal. In battle, he made another one. This was based off the Arc and had a cannon based off the Eclipse cannon, except it was apparently stronger. It's the way they framed it out to be. That was destroyed in the explosive remains... The explosive energy that was the destruction of Emerald destroyed that thing. That's how we figured that to be. And besides that, we saw the original Death Egg in Sky Sanctuary in Sonic Generations. Which is the entire reason they put it here, as a callback. Now we need to find out if this is actually there, or if this is just a graphical styling. Because even if this game doesn't make any mention of that, it would be so freaking weird if it didn't. But even if it doesn't, we can make this work into Forces. I'll spoil that right now. There's another Death Egg in Forces. And I want so badly for this to be the rising of that Death Egg, because it's just there. Like, it's already there, as if that was pre-established. What is this nonsense? Do I get no time for these? This isn't an infinite one, this is one I have to actually do. I wasn't even doing bad for this one, it's just not going as fast, I guess. Okay, thank goodness. I'll give you spoilers on the grounds of I need something to talk about. But, like, it's not like Forces is gonna... explain anything about it, so, like, yeah, there's a death egg in that. It's just there. Good job, SBO. You helped out Knuckles. What are these strange marks on the wall? They look as if someone tried to drill their way inside here. What is that man up to? You, Sonic. Okay. Wait. What did you wanted me to be Shadow? God, you gotta tell me these things. It was scrolling. Alright, we're starting off relatively fast. A level 2 speed, at least. I'm glad this game does go fast. One of the things I like the most about Runners is its feeling of speed. It nails the feeling of speed. Oop. I got confused by the gold, badniks, to be honest. I don't even know if, like, this music is so much quieter than the other stuff, I don't know if it's actually coming up through my microphone. Like, over the rings. Fucking nailed that one. Also, I want to reiterate that Sky Sanctuary was entirely, like, almost entirely separate from Angel Island. It was still in the sky when Angel Island was not. We could see Angel Island in the distance from it. That was awesome. Chaos Chow, Devil Chaos using its laser eyes. So, like, it being in the sky here does not mean that Angel Island is in the sky. And this is very frustrating to me. I just want proof of this. Of this land still being in the sky. We have given... The only time it has been in the sky was during a distorted... Chaos World. In Advance 3. And since then, the Master Emerald has been stolen 3 times. Unfortunate. Shadow couldn't get through without dying. Isn't that just Shadow, though? At least the moon isn't in this game. I have another inconsistency for me to get worked up about. Shadow was not powerful enough. This is the end of the road for you, Eggman. There's nowhere to run. No, this'll be the... This time, you'll be the one who stops. Super secret beam weapon. Engage. A beam that makes me feel the effect. What was that? I can't even move. You should take a nap, Sonic. And get out of my hair for a while. Ah, a nap. Yes, a nap. I should take a... I guess it's Charmy's turn. So I haven't been running out of time. Ooh. I would have liked to destroy those. I sure am failing at that immediately. I'm gonna have to get up and close my door. I can't. I'm attached to speakers. Dang it, Iggy. Okay, so we're back on the laps. Wonder if there's any way I can, like, really land into those moto bugs. That was level design taken right from Desert Ruins. It's just instead of the snail buddies, it was... okay. Instead of the snails, it was motobugs, and I am realizing that the Valkyries make the Buzz Bomber buzzing. Which is funny. And the Nebulas are just kind of there. They're replacing spinners. Three is better than... not 3. 2. Messed that up again. Oh, messed that up. That's what I get for trying to look for more bad picks. Ugh. Good thing I don't need more stars to, like, get through the end of the game. Eggman got away again! But how was he able to put Sonic to sleep like that? Was it the same weapon he used to knock me out before? Oh, probably. Forgot about that. Okay. Interesting. Try and say I don't know how to play this game. Eating my own worms. They paid me in worms. Oh, wait. Oh boy. Wonder what this super secret beam is. Like a handheld device. It is a beam that makes you feel the effect. I was not incorrect there. Okay. The effect just happens to be sleep. It's like a Pokemon effect. Got it. It's a recovery. It's not perfect, but it's a recovery. I hope that that's not making a noise when my phone slips like that. I feel like it is. Oh. That was not when we should have jumped. Okay. Okay. No bad next star for us. From what I can tell, that flashy weapon Eggman used can control the mind of any living thing. You're telling me it's a mind control beam? It's more like a hypnotism beam, it seems like to me. It could be bad if he gathers enough power to launch it on a global scale. Okay. So he's just using that again. Sonic's still sleepy. I wish I could, like, set up the buddies differently. I'm gonna do Chip. Chip looks so weird in this. Why is he so big? Is this another lap? Okay, this is another lap one. I'm down for it. I actually am surprised at how much I like the lap courses, because then you can, like, explore different routes and try to collect everything. Oh boy. We are already almost finished the ring collection challenge. Guess the Chaotix know how to collect rings, which is weird because they're always running low. What kind of lavish lifestyle does Vector live? He's supposed to be a simple guy who loves life. Oh, so like, that's fun that Espio, he did this in the original runners too. His he doesn't have a spin dash so much as he just charges forward with his horn. That works in Knuckles Chaotix. That's something you could do with him. You could just run into enemies with him. Horn first. I'm glad these laps aren't that big. It is just every type of animal that we're freeing, isn't it? Regardless of stage. I'm seeing Pocky, I'm seeing Rocky, I'm seeing Picky, I'm seeing Flicky. What? What? I guess that was the chip effect. I might just keep Chip in then. So chip off the old block. Chip off the old Gaia? I made that joke already. Back when he made Gaia Colossus. It's not a joke, it's just words. Rings. I'm sure that Eggman is planning to use that weapon of his to control every living thing in the world. With that kind of power and everyone under his control, nothing will be able to stop his evil plans. But with the extractor destroyed, I'll bet he's desperate to find a massive new power source. Finally, it's Knuckles' time. I'm still waiting to know what the Death Egg has to do with anything. Is that where the... I mean, no, like, he has a handheld beam. Apparently, I guess maybe it's not handheld. Maybe it was a machine. Part of his, Oh yeah, like, in Colors. He had the laser attached to his Eggmobile, so that's probably what that was. I wish I knew what to talk about still. I wish I had more from this story to like try and work with, to try and bridge the gap between runners and forces. But it's really just what we've been taking at face value here. There's nothing more to go with, aside from like we are referencing past stuff. We are sort of stealing Runner's plot, but on a much smaller scale. And the guys don't think it happened, so I guess it's like either or could happen. But I definitely prefer the plot to Runners, because it's on a larger scale. It involves Metal, Orbot, and Cubot. But, like, assuming we get some sort of juice out of the Death Egg here, it definitely will stand as its own plot in addition to Runners. This is untimed, single distance. Okay. You can do it, Knuckles. Climb. Whew. I am not doing my best. That's for sure. I think a thing I forgot to mention, sometimes the stories, well actually every time that Sonic Runners original had an event story, it didn't always, it actually, I think, except for Sonic's birthday, which was a reskin of the flying area, there was, not a reskin, it was just a reconstruction of the flying area. There's a original stage for each event. Like, if it has different music, it has a different stage. Again, except for Sonic's birthday, which actually did Sonic CD music instead of, instead of the regular. So that's the spring area, the desert area, as I said before, the King Boom Boo's castle, the beach area, and there was also, I think, this might have actually been the Knights one. There wasn't a story to it, but there was a snow area. Now I know what Eggman is up to. He wanted to use the energy of the extractor and part of the mysterious power that fills the Sky Sanctuary to unleash a massive mind control attack. Even without the extractor, he can still do a lot of damage with that thing. We have to stop him as soon as possible. I will show you a way inside the Sky Sanctuary. Sure. But little does he know, Rouge is here too. Sure, why not? Ooh, high speed. That's what I want to see. Do-do-do-do. Missed. I'm doing great, I swear. Oh, it's a lap. Okay. I swear, if, like, this Death Egg is here and has nothing to do with this plot, it just feels like such a real possibility to me. Like, again, this wasn't developed by Sonic Team, so it's not like it's by people who have been, like, keeping the lore. And even when they do keep the lore, they make questionable decisions. Yeah, I'll take that instead. Bound to be more stuff that I forgot up here. Destroy those badniks. What? Alright, thanks, Chip. We're getting no stars this time. That's fantastic. Interesting. So if you get no stars, you have to retry. Alright, maybe I'm just, like, unlucky with Rouge. Hello. I know what I'm looking at this time, and I cannot fail those cannons now. I didn't get good at the original runners in, like, a day. There we go. Got that ring that I wasn't getting the whole time. Wow. It was going so smooth until that point. My ring collection is a little better with Tails in general, even without the, even without that bonus. I don't think it has anything to do with it being Tails, though. I don't know if the characters have different hitboxes. Well, guess it's a matter of if we can get enough badniks. It's probably fine if we don't. No, okay, whatever. This also feels louder. I don't know. I mean, not Sonic games aren't known for their sound balancing, but I think that Madman plans to divert power from the Sky Sanctuary to Vire's mind control cannon. We have to destroy that weapon before he makes the whole world his slaves. You're choosing very interesting people to speak for which character gets to actually do a thing. Wait. So defeating myth enemies on the screen? I'll take it. Neat. Go up. This isn't even a lap thing. That would have been just better for me to go up. I'm so glad that Dark Chow have laser eyes in this. That's like the silliest thing that I would be happy about. Hell yeah. You just don't have the height in this with the power types. It's weird. That kind of makes sense in the context of Knuckles, who has never been one for verticalness. Neither was Sonic, but can we not be on that cycle? That did not feel good. Alright, that was weird. As long as we're, like, comparable to our distance meter on the bottom with our Badnik destruction progress on the top, you should be able to get through this with stars. Devil Chow trying to steal my kills. Get your own. There are plenty. There you go. That sucks. See, like, that's the kind of thing that in runners I would have been able to recover from. Like, that's gonna be a... That's a negative on this grade, for sure. Like, this isn't a bad game. I don't know, I don't want to ever give that impression at this point, because too many people have apparently given that impression. But Knuckles could control better. Ain't that how we feel about Mania? Ain't a bad game, but Knuckles could control better. That's probably only something that, like, speedrunners give a shit about. How Knuckles feels in Mania. Come on. Come on, Knuckles. How do I keep missing those checkpoints? I've got plenty of rings. It's fine. Why was that designed like that? You joking? Okay. Okay. Like, this is kind of an auto runner. It feels weird when it gives you that little time to get through something. I'm not exactly sure where the, like, difference in skill comes in. Probably there. I'm not even trying to get bad nicks anymore, I just want to go forward. Again, this is like a similar thing to like what's happened to me in past games. This is not a frustration with the game, this is a I'm streaming this and I want to get through it. I mean, it is kind of like not the best design choice. Eggman, you're cornered. Give up now and we'll spare you an embarrassing defeat. Will you all leave me no choice? Prepare to be destroyed. 3, 2, 1, fire! Mwahaha! Deflects Eggman's balls. Yeah. Let's get evil. What are you doing? Alright. Fuck you. Do your thing, Eggy. There we go. That's what should have happened last time. Thank you. Where's the deflection? Devil Chow. Work with me. Do the thing, Eggy. Come on. That is weird to me that it gives you that little recovery part. I'm liking it. I like the it. Hey, did I get no stars for that? Oh no, because I picked the type that... Oh no. Oh. Alright, Tails. Oh gosh. I wish I read that. Can't believe I have to do this a second time. This is hard. Give me your juice. Take it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Oh, come on. Did I jump or did I land on it? Like, what? Okay. That's actually very mean that you can only get 1 star per attempt there. No, you pathetic little fuzzballs will pay. The great Dr. Eggman will return to smash all of you someday. You can count on it. Will that guy ever learn? Come back anytime, Eggman. We'll be ready for you. Congratulations, you've completed the game. And the Death Egg didn't have any part in the plot. It was just there. I mean, there's a possibility one of these side stories have something about it, but I don't have them unlocked. And I don't know, man. I think I'm good for the moment. Like, I'm definitely gonna play more of this. So, I'll let you know if it's mentioned in them. But, just gonna put Strange Parade back on for this. So, if there's anything more from that for me to tell you, I'll tell you next time. Next time's not gonna be for 2 weeks. We're skipping next Sunday, and it's the following Sunday we're gonna finally start my beloved Sonic Forces. Not sure if I should promise anything like Friday or the following. Good chances I'll try and throw Tails Adventure the Friday before the Forces stream. But I'll probably use the rest of this week to do other stuff. So, yeah, until then,